the audiences. And then secondly, Godzilla. We don't even see...
Is it a monster? What's that coming over the hill? Is it a monster? Is it a monster? What's that coming over the hill? Is it a monster? Is it a monster? What's that coming over the hill? Is it a monster? Is it a monster? Is it a monster?
Candy. Oh, why, hello, and welcome back to Monster Month. I am your host, Frankenstein. So, it's a Monsterverse Monday. So for this, of course, as promised, I am reviewing Godzilla, the 2014 film. So this one, of course, is directed by Gareth Edwards, and story by David Colohan, and based on Godzilla by Toho. So this stars Aaron Taylor-Johnson, Quicksilver and Kick-Ass, Ken, what's his name, Elizabeth Olsen, Wanda Maximoff. Yeah, he has the Maximoff twins in this. Juliette Binoche or something, Sally Hawkins, David Sarth or something, and Bryan Cranston. So this is a reboot and a retelling of the classic Godzilla and is the first installment in the giant monsterverse of the legendary pictures. So, nuclearness has threatened the world and some monster comes out of it and unleashes chaos, only to perform a mating call and unleash a female monster who also wants to mate and repopulate on the world, causing chaos and extinction to mankind. But of course there is one kaiju who they managed to have on their side, and that is the almighty Godzilla, a giant lizard born and powered of radiation that is here to help mankind and stop these two giant monsters from mating and to save the world. And of course, does he do that? Well, yes, he does. So anyway, let's get on to my likes and dislikes. First of all, I really enjoyed this one. It was a good one, a good start to the legendary Monsterverse, and we had some good action in there, some good visuals, and some good story in there too, and some good action. So yes, it was enjoyable and entertaining, and we had some familiar faces in there, and a lot of good action, especially in the finale when Godzilla fought them two monsters, and we got to witness his atomic breath. This was also the first time a Godzilla film was made in this century, at least by what I know of, and Godzilla received the full digital treatment, and those effects were great, of course, on it. And, like I say, I like it. But, of course, I do have my negatives on this one, because not all of it's brilliant. Of course, they mismarketed this film pretty poorly with Bryan Cranston. Now, we thought Bryan Cranston was going to be the main star of this movie. Of course, after all, he was fresh off Breaking Bad, but he was only in a small portion of the film and was killed pretty suddenly. But of course, Guess they were trying to market and bring in the audiences. And then secondly, Godzilla. We don't even see the giant lizard guy until halfway into the movie. When they're in Hawaii. So, he's not even in the first act of this film. A lot of it is humans and their drama and dilemmas with the Earth and awakening the Titans. That's what it's basically about with that part, with the dislikes. Like I say, I think that is the only fault with these monsters, legendary monster films. There's too much, stuff going on with the humans. But it's still, the anticipation and the build-up, of course, is worth it. And we see Godzilla rise as a hero to the humans. And I like that ending shot where we see him go back into the sea. And everyone's happy that Godzilla saved them in San Francisco. I like that final shot where we see him, submerge back into the sea. That's a good ending. But like I say, this was the first installment in a cinematic universe. I guess they don't always go that brilliantly. I guess there's some flaws here and there. They do tend to, I'd say the first installment, they just, they're not quite sure what they want to do with it. But once they know what they're doing and they know what audiences like and want, they get straight onto those. But I still think this was a good way of starting that universe off. So, Godzilla. I believe it is the 33rd film in the Godzilla franchise. I know that Godzilla vs. Kong is like the 35th or 36th or something. They have made a lot of these movies in the last 60 years of these films. So anyway, Godzilla 2014. Yeah, I recommend it. It's got it has good potential in there, but it has some flaws here and there with it. So I shall give this one, I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5 for this one, for the 2014 Godzilla. So have you seen this one? Do share down the comments below, and if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and to share with your friends and to subscribe to the official Random Horror YouTube channel. I've been your host, Frank N. Stein, and I will see you next time. Until then, don't have nightmares. Bye-bye. Some of that candy now.